Adaptation in animals. Different body coverings. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications so that you guys never miss out on a video that I upload. Topics we're going to cover in this video is habitat and adaptation, different body covering of animals, importance of body covering in animals, types of body coverings, shell, scale, feathers, hair/fur, skin. Habitat and adaptation. What is a habitat? Habitat is the natural home or environment of a plant, animal, or other organism. It meets all the environmental conditions an organism needs to survive. For an animal, that means everything. It needs to find and gather food, shelter, water, select a mate, and successfully reproduce. For a plant, a good habitat must provide the right combinations of light, air, water, and soil. Habitat consists of both biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic factors are living things. Abiotic are non-living things. Adaptation in habitat. Habitat is said to have a suitable arrangement when it has the correct amount of all these. Sometimes, when a habitat has some, but not all, of the components needed for a species to thrive optimally, the organism living in that habitat may undergo adaptations to survive and reproduce successfully. Adaptations are specific traits or behaviors that evolve over time within a population to better suit prevailing environmental conditions. These adaptations can be structural, behavioral, or physiological changes that increase the organism's chance of survival and reproduction in the given environment. These adaptations often involve changes in body covering, eating habits, breathing methods, and methods of moving. Let's explore each of these adaptations. Different body covering. Animals exhibit diverse body covering that serve various functions based on their habitat and needs. Some common adaptations include shell, scales, feathers, hair/fur, and skin. Different eating habits. Animals have evolved species eating habits to utilize available food sources efficiently. Adaptation in eating habits include herbivorous, omnivorous, and carnivorous. To get a brief idea about eating habits of animals, watch our previous video, Eating Habits of Animal and Food Chain. Different methods of breathing. Animals have various respiratory adaptations depending on their habitat and oxygen requirements. Different methods of moving. Animals have evolved different locomotion methods to navigate their environments efficiently. These are just few examples of the many adaptations that exist across the animal kingdom. Adaptations play a crucial role in survival and success of different species, allowing them to thrive in their specific ecological niches. We can see more about different methods of breathing and moving in our next video. Now we can see different body covering of animals in detail. Mammals have hair or fur, birds have feathers, reptiles have dry scales, amphibians have soft, moist skin, and fish have wet, slimy scales. Each skin covering is useful in many ways and help an animal's chances for survival. Importance of body covering of animals. Body covering of animals serve various purposes and provide numerous advantages that are vital for their adaptation and survival in their respective habitat. Here are some of the key importance of body covering in animals. 1. Protection. One of the primary functions of body covering is to protect animals from external threats such as predators, extreme weather conditions, and harmful environmental factors. For example, fur, feathers, scale, and shell create a physical barrier that shield animals from injuries and potential harm. Camouflage. Many animals have body coverings that help them blend in to their surroundings, making them less visible to predators or prey. This adaptation is especially essential for animals that need to remain hidden while hunting or avoiding being hunted. Regulation of body temperature. Body covering like fur, feathers, and fat help in maintaining an optimal body temperature. They act as insulators, trapping heat close to the body in cold environments or dissipating heat in hot environments. Waterproofing. Aquatic animals often have specialized body covering, such as oily feathers in birds, water repellent fur in otters, which help them keep dry while living in water. Communication. Some body coverings, such as vibrant colors or patterns, can be used for communication and attracting mates. These visual signs are essential for reproduction and species survival. Sensory functions. Whiskers in cats and tactile hairs in other animals are examples of body coverings that serve sensory purpose. They help animals navigate their surroundings and detect changes in environment. Buoyancy and swimming. In aquatic animals, body covering like swim paddles, air sacs, and streamline shapes help with buoyancy and efficient swimming. Defense mechanism. Certain animals have specialized body covering that serve as a defense mechanism. For instance, porcupines have sharp quills and armadillos have protective armored shells. Protection from UV radiation. In addition to protection against physical elements, body coverings can shield animals from harmful ultraviolet UV radiation from the sun. Types of body covering. Shell. A shell is a structure which protects all or part of an animal's body. The shell functions as a shield to protect the animal according to its individual needs. The more specific reasons include offering protection from severe or harsh weather, that is cold and wet, protection against predators, protect internal organs, allow for better adaptation to the animal's habitat. Example, turtles have shell which cover the main part of their body but leaves the head, limbs and tail free. Other species such as crabs, lobsters have a shell which covers their entire body. Some animals change their shell as they grow. Crabs molt their shell and have to wait until their new shell hardens. During this time, they are more vulnerable to predators. The armadillo is a fascinating mammal known for its unique appearance and defense mechanism. The most distinctive feature of armadillos is their tough, bony armor-like shell covering their back and sides. The shell is composed of overlapping plates called suits, which provide protection against predators. Armadillos are omnivorous. Other examples include tortoise, snail, woodtick. Let's see some interesting facts about animal. Chambered Nautilus. The chambered nautilus is often referred to as a living fossil because it remained relatively unchanged for over 5 million years. The nautilus has a spiral-shaped shell divided into chambers, which is an excellent example of the Fibonacci sequence in nature. The beautiful pattern helps the nautilus control its buoyancy and regulate its depth in water. The nautilus can control its buoyancy by adjusting the gas to fluid ratio in its chambers, by drawing water into the chambers or expelling it. The nautilus can float or sink as needed. To move, it uses jet propulsion. It sucks water into its mantle cavity and then forcefully expels it, propelling the animal backwards. Types of body coverings. Scales. A scale is a ridged plate that grows on animal skin and fulfills different functions which will vary depending on the animal to which they belong. They can be circular, similar to diamonds, serrated, small, large, etc. Fish, reptiles, arthropods, birds, and even mammals have scales. Amphibians do not have scales. Fish with scales. Fish scales functions to resist strong water currents and serve as a protection. Fish scales cover the entire body and are flexible rather than hard, allowing them to move with more ease. Example, salmon, cod, pineapple fish. However, not all fish have scales. For example, whale and dolphin. Reptile with scales. All reptiles have epidermal scales which cover their entire body. Reptile scales are more ridged than those of fish, as they also have bony scales below the epidermis known as osteoderms. All reptiles are scaled animals. Example: iguana, crocodile, snake. Birds with scales. Birds are also scaled animals. It's just that their scales do not cover the entire body. A bird's legs are covered by keratin-formed scales. Depending on the species, these scales can be found on the fingers. Arthropods with scales. Butterflies and moths have small scales covering their wings. These scales give their wings the color that they have, insulating them from cold and regulating them from the effects of the sun. Example: moths, butterflies. Mammals with scales. There are a few species of mammals that have scales, and those that have terrestrial scales. Among the mammals that have scales, the most known are pangolins, which are covered by large, hard scales, and scale-tailed squirrels have scales on their tail. Interesting facts about Chinese pangolin. Pangolins are the only mammals in the world that can entirely be covered in scales. Their scales are made up of keratin, the same material found in human fingernails and hair, providing them with a protective armor against predators. Pangolin lack teeth, but they have long, sticky tongue that can extend up to 40 centimeters, 16 inches. They can use their tongue to capture insects like ants and termites, which make up the majority of their diet. They are carnivorous animals. When threatened, pangolins have a unique defense mechanism. They can roll into a tight ball, tucking their heads and limbs under the protective scales. This behavior shields their vulnerable belly, which lacks scales, from potential predators. Types of body covering: feathers. The only animals that have feathers are birds and dinosaurs. However, dinosaurs no longer exist. They are extinct. They have wings instead of arms. Most of them can use their wings to fly. They have strong muscles attached to the wings. They use these muscles to flap their wings. Birds are light because their bones are thin and hollow. This helps them to fly easily. Bird's body is narrow at the front and back, and broad in the middle. This helps the bird to fly. Every part gives maximum power with a minimum of weight. The heavier the animal, the bigger the wings need to be. The bigger the wings, the more muscles it needs to move them. To fly, a bird jumps into the air. It then flaps its wings to push itself upward and forward in the air. It uses its tail to turn while flying. It spreads out its wings to stop flying. There are more than 10,000 different kinds of birds in this world. Some birds, such as ostrich, emu, and kiwi, cannot fly. Birds' feathers are designed to be light but very strong, flexible but very tough. Feathers help a bird to fly. They also keep its body warm. They may also be plucked to line the nests and provide insulation to the eggs and young. The surface of feather is oily, so the body of birds do not get wet. In some birds, the feathers are brightly colored. Example: peacock, parrot, macaws, rainbow lockets, swain, pigeon, duck, toucans. Interesting facts about Indian peacock. The male Indian peafowl, known as the peacock, is famous for its spectacular plumage. Its body is adorned with beautiful bronze, gold, and green feathers. The most striking feature is its extravagant and elaborate tail, or train, which can span up to 5 feet and is covered with vibrant, shimmering eye spots. It is often associated with grace, beauty, and pride. Indian peafowls are native to the Indian subcontinent and can be found in various habitats, including forests, grassland, and agricultural areas. They are adaptable birds and can thrive in both rural and urban environments. Indian peafowls are omnivorous and have varied diet. They primarily feed on grains, seeds, insects, small reptiles, and sometimes even small mammals. Their diverse diet helps them thrive in wide range of habitat. Types of body coverings: hair or fur. Usually, all mammals have hair on their skin. It's one of their biological characteristics. Hair, a non-living structure made of keratin found in mammals that grow from follicle in the skin. Here are some of the ways in which hairs and furs contribute to animal adaptation. In colder climates, animals develop thick fur coats that trap air close to the skin, creating a layer of insulation. This helps retain body heat, keeping the animal warm and preventing heat loss. Arctic creatures like Arctic fox, polar bears are best adapted to such cold temperatures. Arctic foxes use their fur for camouflage, whose change color with the seasons. In winter, it turns pure white to blend in with the snow of its habitat. For summer, it sheds its white fur, replaces it with a brownish or grayish coat that blends in with the tundra grass. Fur and hair can act as a protective layer, sensory perception, and waterproofing in aquatic or semi-aquatic animals. Example: lion, horse, polar bear, gorilla, koala, sheep, yak, beaver, grizzly bear. Types of body covering: skin. Skin is a vital organ that plays a crucial role in the adaptation of animals to their environments. It serves as a barrier between animals' internal organs and the external world. Skin helps animals in protection, thermoregulation, camouflage, UV protection, sensory functions, water regulation, and excretion. Skin is defining characteristics of amphibian and serves a variety of essential functions for them. Skin is typically thin, permeable, and well adapted for the amphibian, semi-aquatic, or terrestrial lifestyle. Here are some of the good examples of skin adaptation in animals. Chameleon. Chameleon are well known for its remarkable abilities to change the color of their skin. They achieve this through specialized cells called chromatophores that contain pigment. By expanding or contracting these cells, chameleons can display a wide range of colors and patterns. This adaptation helps them to camouflage and blend into their surroundings, making them less visible to predators and prey. Polar bear. The polar bear is adapted to its frigid Arctic habitat with a thick layer of bubbler beneath its skin. This layer of fat provides insulation, helping the polar bear retain heat in the freezing temperatures. Their fur appears white, providing excellent camouflage in snowy landscape. Camels. Camels are adapted to survive in hot desert environments. Their skin has unique adaptations, including thick patches of callous skin on their knees and chests, which protect them when sitting or kneeling on hot sand. Frogs and toads. Many frogs and toads have specialized skin adaptations to cope with their semi-aquatic lifestyles. Their skin is permeable, allowing them to breathe through it while in water. Some species also secrete toxins through their skin as a defense mechanism against predators. Example: elephant, rhinoceros, chameleon, frog, hippopotamus, cheetah, salamanders, newts. Interesting facts about hippopotamus. Hippopotamus skin is incredibly thick, ranging from 1.5 to 5 centimeters. This thickness provides protection against bites from predators and reduces the risk of injury in terrestrial disputes with other hippos. The skin is also relatively tough, helping to withstand friction and abrasion in water and on land. Hippopotamus skin secretes a reddish oily substance. The secretion serves a dual purpose. It acts as a natural sunscreen, protecting the hippo's skin from harsh sun, and it contains substance with antibiotic properties that help prevent infection in water and on land. Thermoregulation, moisturization and protection, microbial balance, camouflage, and communication are the other functions of hippopotamus skin. That's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications so that you guys never miss out on a video that I upload. And I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.